Hello guys, welcome to my video series tutorial to talk about Microsoft Semantic Kernel. As I mentioned in our last video, to implement this function calling concept, we have to implement this loop. So here we have to check item one by one, and we have to check whether this item is a chat completion function call or not. If it is function call, then we have to check the kernel to get our function information. After that, we have to invoke. Then we have to prepare the other information and pass this information to the chat history, and this information we have to pass to the model again. To avoid this checking the condition and checking the kernel object, Microsoft Semantic Kernel has provided the helper class to implement this feature. So until here, the line number 35 should be, we have to write the next for each. The first step here, I'm going to check any function call available in the model returns or not. So the function calls here, the helper class name is function call content. So once you add this one, this class is experimental mode at the moment, so we have to disable this warning. So to disable here in the top of the program, I add the disable code warning disable xkexp 0001. Yeah, it's gone now. Dot get function calls. So we have to call this function to get all the function call available in the model result. So the argument we have to pass this message content. So this model result we have to pass it here. Model result. This is an enumerable object. That's fine. So we go one by one for each function call, functional call content, or just we make yeah, let it be there, function call content. So until this it's clear. So next we have to implement this concept. To implement this concept, we no need to write again this if else block. Here we can check function call content dot invoke async function. So here we have to call this invoke async function, and here we pass a kernel argument, everything. No, so that no more required. We have to pass only the kernel object. So here I pass a kernel object. This is a async function, so we have to add a wait here. A wait here, and this function return value, that is a function call result content. So where function call result content, that's it. The next statement, we have to add the result statement into the chat history. For that, so chat history dot add, we have to pass the chat message content. So in the result, function result content dot, if you call the function to chat message, it returns the chat message content. Just call this function, that's it. We added. Finally, we have to send this chat history information to the model. Just copy this code here and add it. So once the model responds, we display the message also. That's it. So this code no more required. I remove this code. So using this function call content helper class, we call the function calling API even more simple. We start the application and we see the result. The hello message printed, Microsoft Semantic Kernel function calling. Next, it should print the history information. So once history information get printed, the function call get invoked and we print the result. Changes. So go to here, plugin, currency converter plugin. I put the breakpoint here. Go back to program.cs file. We start again. And I put one more breakpoint, line number 42. So far the history information displayed. Now we have to invoke the function call euro to INR function name and argument available here in this argument. So the result view one amount one. Okay, fine. So go to the next line. Our plugin function get invoked here. So the amount has been passed and written the value. That's it. So the model result, the currency, the current exchange rate, some information. So here the result. Yeah, this is a simple way we can implement the function calling API using this function call content helper class.